tuning in. You already know what this is. This your boy GADO. You already know. Anime and Smoke. Get it? So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in this. This is pretty much our official episode of Real Reviews. Getting ready to review Mortal Kombat 10. Cool. You already know what this is. Get your blunts ready. Get your whatever the fuck you need ready. That's just about to go down. Yep. You dig? Let's go.
I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I'm a
All right. So like I was saying, we get ready to review Mortal Kombat. That's gonna be pretty fun. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Let's switch screens. Let's get to it. You dig? Yeah. So I'm gonna touch on different things. Let me take an opportunity to break down exactly how we redo our reviews for you guys before I move on. For example, the way it works. We judge by concept, story, originality, design, and joy factor. Just in case if you don't understand what that means, let me go ahead and elaborate real quick before we move on. But just understand that this is going to be how we do all of our reviews. Concept. Pretty much with concept. Let me pause the music real quick just so you guys can get a clear understanding, and I'll keep moving forward. So with concept, what that means is that there's a concept of the game. You know what I'm saying? There's a purpose, an objective of the game. And then there's something which is different from story plot. And when we say story, then that's like, what is this scenario? What is the situation? What is the environment of this particular game or this version of the games? So that's why story is different from concept, because concept is the overall of what the game and all its predecessors should be about. You know what I'm saying? But then you have the story, which would be like what's happening in each one. You know, you should understand that. Hopefully I didn't make that complicated. Hopefully that's self-explanatory. Anyway, then there's originality. Now, this is very important on why we judge with that, because it's a lot of stuff that are like each other. So it's like, how different is it? What's so unique about it, and why? So, you know, that's something we definitely want to hold on to. Then you got, you know, design. In other words, how does it look, feel? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then joy factor. How do you feel when you get done playing it? So that's very important for y'all to understand. So that's why that's part of the game. So now that's been said and done, we have the game. So we're going to jump our ass in the motherfucking game. You dig?
Get up, get down.
This is the end of you. Round 2. Fight!
I'm not even using his real ability. The fuck he really can do. I'm just bare knuckle beating it. Nut shot. Now, I'm going to go ahead and proceed. Concept. What is the concept of Mortal Kombat? Okay, the concept of Mortal Kombat is pretty much that there is a force. I'm going to kind of paraphrase. This is not for just reading it, just for me playing Mortal Kombat, you know, years of my life. And I mean, we all grew up on Mortal Kombat, so you should pretty much know Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't, I will still elaborate. It's pretty much about where you have a guardian of Earthrealm, aka Raiden, and he is supposed to protect Earth. He and many other forces. He's what they call the Elder Gods. You know what I'm saying? And the Elder Gods are a group of people you just cannot, in a sense, destroy. They created everything, so you can't get rid of those guys. You have a group of people that's supposed to protect the planet against a bunch of people that's trying to fuck it up. They're coming from different universes, different galaxies. Typical, we want to conquer the universe type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing really too new, nothing too unique. It's just the set of the people who are fighting this, and the story behind it makes it unique. You understand? So that's gonna allow me to come back and touch a lot more things. I know I kind of just narrowed down a lot of stuff already with just the concept. But anyway, with that being said, that's cool. Now, story. What is the story in this particular version? Now, in Mortal Kombat 10, the story about this is more like there is one of the Elder Gods who's finally freed, and he pretty much is on a rampage. Shit. Why can't I remember his name? Like I said, Kodokan is a ruler. as a general, Kodokan has Devor. There we go. So he also has different people working for him, such as, you know what I'm saying, Ermac, you know what I'm saying, Aaron Black, just to name a few. But the crazy thing is that Devora is a spy, right? So she's a spy. She works as a spy for Quan Chi, and of course their lord, who is, you know, Shinnok. With that being said, she ends up double crossing them and taking the talisman and bringing it to him, which ultimately frees him and then sets the world into some serious shit. Now he ends up coming to Earth, kicking Raiden's ass, taking over the tower, and now starts spreading his disgusting nest all over the planet. Yeah, bad juju, man, bad shit. So that's in a sense the scale of the story, and they just pretty much have to, of course, bring balance to the planet and all that good shit. Now the crazy thing is, through all of that, you know, Jax was in retirement. Jax eventually had to come out of retirement because fuck that, this shit was bad for everybody. You know, Melina ended up getting assassinated. Not so much assassinated as she was executed by Devor in the worst way possible. Wish I had that to show you guys. You know what I'm saying? And that was pretty cool how they did that. So she actually officially died in that one. Now, by the end of all of it, you know what I'm saying, Cassie is the daughter of, you know, Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade. So she ended up dragging his ass left and right. And that was pretty awesome shit. I'm glad I played that out. I super dragged his ass. I was getting my ass kicked at first, but I got comfortable with the controls. So that was great. And that was pretty much, in a long story, but short story or mid story, I guess you could say, the conclusion of everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like how all that stuff went. Now, the next question is, how original is Mortal Kombat? That's the question. If you ask me, Mortal Kombat is very, very original. It's not the only one. There's been other fighting games that's came out, but being that they're part of the grandfathers to bring in that era, it's like, look, can't get mad at that shit. They hold a special spot, and it was only people like them and Street Fighters to come out in the game in the very beginning of fighting games. You know what I'm saying? Especially before the era where the gaming industry kind of switched from arcade to home, and those were the only ones I was able to convert over that actually continued that industry. That and Killer Instinct, but that's not what we're talking about right now. At least I don't really per se think it's too much original, but I think because they're classic and they brought in the era of, you know, fighting games, I think they definitely hold that down. So, you know, I think they're good on that. Now the next thing we have is the design. Ooh, the design. What do I think about the design? Oh my god, like, the fucking design is amazing. Like, I've played other games that try to step in their lane, but I'm sorry, like, Mortal Kombat has a unique, fuck yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got that. Like, look at this gameplay. Like, look at this shit. Get over it, man, you crazy, whooping ass. Like, that shit's just beautiful. Oh my god, I didn't even know she could do that. Like, you see, that shit's just beautiful. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I said, they got fighting games, but this is very responsive. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just dope as fuck. But yeah, so design, as you can clearly see, it's immaculate. It plays well. It has a great feel. It has a great eye feel as far as, like, you know, the elements and everything comes in. It's like, and obviously they definitely take the cake in fighting, because when it comes to graphics and fighting, these guys are nuts. Like, they're on some break your bones type shit. Like, this shit is real. Like, you know, like, what was that damn show that used to be on Cartoon Network on Adult Swim? What was it? Prison something? It was jail something. Oh my god, the way they used to kill each other was just pulling spines out. That shit was just like, that shit needs to be a game. This is exactly what that game would be, in a sense. Like, it's epic. Like, motherfuckers is pulling spines out, bruh. Like, the commentary shit in there is dope as fuck. Like, she kicked them in the nuts and was like, keep your kids away from me. What? That shit was genius. Like, that's just perfect. You know what I'm saying? Nice. That's just beautiful. So yeah, see, so the design is just great. The background is great. You know, you can pull stuff like certain people that float like these zombies and toss them at a motherfucker, like throwing grandmas at each other and shit. That shit's just amazing. It's just fire as hell. Then you got the joy factor. That's like the best part. In other words, how do you feel when you play that stuff. Like, man, how do I feel? Oh my goodness. Like, when you play this game, it's exhilarating. Get your heart beating. Like, you know what I'm saying? That talking that shit, whooping somebody's ass, like playing with another player online and seeing what skills they got to go against you. You know what I'm saying? It's exhilarating, man. I was up in the wee hours streaming over the weekend, and I damn near woke up my kids and everybody, because I was in that bitch like, yeah! I was going nuts. Like, I got carried away. I be forgetting sometimes that. You know what I'm saying? So, now that I think all that stuff is said, I think I can go ahead and now take all of this and hit it with a good diagnosis now. Start going in and putting in some of the details in this data so we can conclude what this is really worth. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. And that's how you do it. Lit rap. Shout out to Lit. Shit, Lit always show some love, so shout out to Lit. We love Lit. Lit already know what it is. That's our official blunt rap company. By the way, if y'all didn't know, that's who we deal with. So you gotta show them some love. So far, if I go for just the concept of what Mortal Kombat is about, I would like to honestly think that it's not a bad concept. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a great concept. It's not a horrible one. It's, you know, it's just right there where it needs to be. So if you ask me personally, I would give it like maybe an 8. I don't know how else they could peak it, so I don't want to give it a 10. I've played some crazy concept games, so you know, but I mean, this is pretty standard and it's self-explanatory. You get straight into it, so I think it's worthy of an 8. You know what I'm saying? Automatically. Story, its fucking story was just right. I was stuck in it. I was following every bit of it. It made sense. Nothing was forced too much. So I give it a 10. Am I being crazy? Am I being extra? Originality, how original it is. Like I said, it came from the grandfather era, so anything else is pretty much trying to be like it, you know, or Street Fighters. Like, them guys are like, they deserve their lane and their credibility and their value, so I can't even take that away from them. You know what I'm saying? Then we have the design. Man, the fucking design is just right. Like, I can't even flex. I give that a 10. You know what I'm saying? I think it's worth it. Tell me if I'm wrong when you guys review this. Now, joy factor, how did that shit make me feel? Oh my god, there's no fucking way I'm not getting that shit a 10. You know what I'm saying? That shit made my heart beat like every step of the way. That shit was just perfect to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was pretty cool. So if we was to break that down and see what the overall value of this shit would be, you know, it ranked a 9.6. You know what I'm saying? 9.6. That's very fucking fair. That's very, very fair. That's amazing. I think that's a good score. I like it. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely my first re-review officially. So bear with me. You know, I'm figuring out how to give you guys the best way of laying this out for y'all. But I think this was pretty cool. I think it was pretty straight. Anyway, so like I said, I didn't find nothing wrong with the game. The game's pretty smooth. It's straightforward. It's nothing else but just kick ass. That's what you do. Survive. Don't win. Lose. I mean, but they just have a great delivery as always. So, I mean, yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I don't know. Maybe eventually, as we continue to judge the rest of it, we'll have a better sense of what we're looking at. Alright, you already know. This your boy GADO. Peace.